And yes, welcome to Family Matters.
Yes, I
A part of
say
the spot.
girl power because they're all ladies in the studio.
Oh, yes.
First of all,
Ooh.
2 ladies are hosting and 3 ladies are our guests. How cool is that? These ladies are pretty intelligent brainiacs in the studio. We're very excited to introduce them.
Okay.
This is the pod, the spot,
super
the super
pod.
pod. And this is that time where we get to have conversation, let you in. Yes, you get to call and talk to them and ask them a question. If you're a child, it's a good time to ask questions about, well, you can ask questions that are concerning you about your parents. Yes.
Mommy and daddy.
Because
We wanna
your
know.
friends are going to be here to respond to those questions and perhaps give you a tip or two from their own experience with mommy and daddy. So,
I
let's
mean,
meet our
without further ado,
ladies.
my darling, go first.
My name is Eva Ugono, and I'm 13 years old, and I'm homeschooled.
Oh, hi, Ava.
Ava.
Love your voice,
Such a
by the
beautiful
way.
name.
Thank you.
All right. Next up.
My name is Titi Aregbesola. I am 13 years old and I go to St. Vincent Catholic School.
Ooh, St. Vincent Catholic
I
School.
love the
Titi-
raspy in her
rusty-
voice.
Yeah, it's a little... It's beautiful.
Nice to meet you again, Titi.
All right.
And my name is Andrea. I'm 9 years old, and I'm homeschooled.
Andrea.
Hi, Andrea. She seems to have
Andrea.
the strongest voice of the 3.
I
Interesting.
know. That's amazing.
Love it.
I like the different textures,
Of
and
their
it's going to bring so
voices.
much to our conversation this morning.
So it's time for Family Matters. And
Yes.
on Family Matters today, we've gotten letters from children to their parents. And we are here with these beautiful ladies, Ava, Titi, Andrea. And then they're going to be responding to some of the letters that were sent to parents.
and possibly
giving
share their own
advice.
experiences as well, if
Yes.
they have ever encountered such at home.
There are a few letters here.
Mummies and daddies are just looking like, he wants to throw us under the bus. No, this is not for that purpose.
It's not
But
at all.
let's get right into the letters that were sent to us.
Yes, and we should also give a big shout out to our supporters in this entire week. We give a shout out to Viju Milk. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing for coming through for the amazing children. Almost 50 children passed through us yesterday alone.
Yes.
In the studio. Yeah. And then thank you to Top Confectionaries as well. And finally, thank you to Biloxi Biscuits. You guys are wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you to Super FM for allowing us not just do a one-off with the kids, but do
an entire week.
Yes, an entire week. Okay, so to the first question.
The first letter goes thus. Dear Mom and Dad, I always try my best at school, and every time I come back home at the end of the term and I do not come first, you always yell at me and ask me if the person that came first had 2 heads. I really try my best, but I'm very unhappy when you do this. Your daughter, Grace. Ooh.
So Grace is not finding it funny that, well, she doesn't always come first. And because she doesn't come first, mommy will now be saying, oh, daddy, or mommy and daddy will say, why didn't you come first? Do you have 2
Do you have
heads?
2 heads?
The
Ooh.
people that come first, they have 2 heads. Why didn't you come first? Has that ever happened to you, any one of you?
No.
It
No?
hasn't really happened to me, but I feel like you shouldn't really be criticizing the child because people have different levels. Like some people are smarter than others, and they might not. You never know. They might be better in some subjects.
Exactly, right?
Better in
So
some
they,
subjects.
instead of telling them off, they need to like encourage them. in
How do they
subjects
do
they're
that?
good at. They can talk to them personally, ask them what they like, what they don't like, and they can focus on what they like.
You see, this also brings us to the conversation where you need to pay attention to what your kids like and what their interests are in school. Because a child could be bad at math but amazing at English.
But what if mommy and daddy knows that that child is being unserious?
What then happens?
What do you think?
Titi?
Okay, and Titi, do you have an idea of what they should do? She's still thinking about it. Okay, but what advice do you have for Grace right now?
I'd say that you two should go and talk to them because of they are not supposed to put you down all the time. That even if you get a small higher up in your grades, it's good for them to encourage you so that you can get higher grades.
So you should
But
go and
have a
talk to your
conversation
mom
with
and
mom
dad.
and dad.
That's a great advice because a lot of kids are scared. Why are you scared to tell mommy and daddy how you feel about, when you don't feel right about what they say to you? Why are you scared to tell them? Yes, Andrea?
This doesn't apply to me because my mom, I wouldn't say my mom is strict or
Okay.
like mean, but it might be for some other kids. They might be scared because their parents, might get angry or annoyed at them for telling them.
Oh, and to be honest, I've thought about this true, especially with when kids who are trying their best in school and are doing the
Yes.
most, yet mommy and daddy doesn't exactly recognize that they're doing their best, and they will try to talk down on them. And this is acute to all of the parents out there. Like the kids have said it, but I mean, I'm thinking to myself, maybe parents don't say it anymore.
What?
Do they? I don't.
She said it happened, right? Ava.
That's not how my kids' parents are.
Tell me about it, girl. Tell me.
If my friends do something small, they know when they get home, they're going to be in pepper soup.
Ooh.
Wow.
How does that make
Not
you
just
feel? Because you
pepper
don't feel that way with your parents, right?
Yes.
So how does that make you feel, and how do you help them when they talk about being in pepper soup?
I don't know what to do.
Oh,
Right, I know.
So you see, kids still face that pressure. How much pressure do you face in school? Like, I know, Titi, what would your grades be like on a scale of 1 to 10? What's your position normally in school?
Currently, since we split up into arts, science, and commercial,
Okay.
I currently got first in arts, but during our first time, I was studying all the subjects. I was like 14 or 12, but my parents didn't complain at all. They said I should just keep trying
at
to
it.
get higher grades, and this time I got 80.71.
Ooh,
That is
way to
amazing.
go.
I like that. I mean, when they were doing all the entire combination, she didn't exactly do it, but when she found her strength, she
Yes.
started thriving.
Speaking of which, what
That's
do you want to be,
amazing.
Andrea? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm a tattletale, if you don't know. I like to snitch on people all the time. Especially me.
Wow.
Especially me.
She snitches on you.
Yes.
Give me the tea, girl.
So, I might want to be a news reporter or a journalist.
Ooh,
That
I love
is
it. She already knows where she's going.
You know what? A round of applause. A round of applause for
Absolutely.
Andrea.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, I like to snitch on people,
So
just so you know.
I'm curious as to, because you realize you're a tattletale. So why do you like being a tattletale?
Because I report to the person.
Report to a higher power or talk to them.
No, report to an adult or someone that's nearby. Like if Ava does something, then I report to my mom about what.
Ava, how does this make you feel?
Very annoyed.
So Andrea and Ava are siblings, so you can already tell that these two are going to go head to head throughout the show, and I love
let's
it.
say I'm in trouble, she'll go and report. As I'm stomping my feet, she'll go back. Bob, Ava is like, we don't argue as much anymore, but we used to argue a lot.
Why do you think
Andrea,
have
do you
gotten
agree?
better?
Does she agree? Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree, because my mom sometimes, she says that we argue all the time, but most times that doesn't mean we don't argue for like 10 days straight. Then the second we argue, she'll see we've been arguing all the time.
Okay.
But then she'll forget about all the
All the times that you
haven't
didn't
been-
argue.
Yes.
Oh.
This is another thing that we need to talk about. Mommy, because we did something one time, like 2 weeks ago, and then we did it today. Mommy or daddy will now say, this is what you always do. Titi, does that happen to you?
Yes,
Oh,
sometimes.
So when that happens to you, how do you feel?
A bit sad.
What do you do anything about it, or you just leave them alone?
I leave it alone most of the time.
Most
Most of the
Okay,
time. So,
so-
mommy and daddy out there, once I do something once and I do it again 3 weeks, I have been doing all.
yes, 3 weeks is a long
the
time. Don't count the
long.
one I did like 3 weeks ago. Now, please,
Don't hold
parents,
it against me.
listen very closely, because this is very good advice for you. If the kids are telling you how they feel, this is a good time to open your ears and hear and take something away from this conversation. So,
See for thanks.
well, for Grace now, what if, now we've all given Grace advice, you can talk to your parents, tell them that you don't like how they make you feel when you're not making the best of the grades, right? But what if, and this give us an advice for Grace, if by some chance Grace is the one who's not serious enough, she can do better, she's just playing too much, what would you say to her? Where do we begin? Titi?
I'll say she should study more. Maybe ask her friends for help in case the things the teachers are explaining doesn't make sense to her. She could ask her friends, other teachers, and prefer sometimes her parents if she really needs it.
Okay. Yes, Eva?
I think she should find out the reason why she's not doing well, because there are different things that can be making it happen. It can be her friends. It can be that she can change whatever happens.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So she needs to find out why, and then she also needs to try to be more serious and get help from her friends.
Do you belong to a study group whatsoever, Titi?
No.
So you don't have a group of friends that you sit down and just read together? Study together.
No.
Well, sometimes, but
It's not a thing.
because of the way we were split into science, art, and
So you
we
haven't
don't
been
So
with
your
them
friends
for a
have now
while.
gone to other
Departments.
I can imagine. Ava, do you have a study group?
Well, in my old school, my friends don't like studying, so we
No
just
way.
talk.
Oh,
No way.
if you were Ava's
I'll be the one
classmate.
that's begging them to study.
Okay.
What sacrilege?
Who is the Tito teller right now?
Tattletale. So, Andrea.
Tell us.
I wouldn't say that I have a group of friends that I study with, because like I find it easier to study by myself,
Yeah.
because my friends will be going off topic. Like it'll be from studying to talking about Pokemon, and then they'll start changing the subject, and when I'm telling them to focus, they won't be listening.
Okay.
I hope your friends are listening, because we want to be better children. And one of the ways we can be better children is when it's time to study, we study and not talk about Pokemon. Yes. What else do we talk about when we're studying that distracts us? Pokemon, what else?
Noise.
Toys.
Yes.
What is
What's toys?
Like when I'm studying, I'll be hearing there'll be lots of distractions.
Oh,
noise. All right.
Okay.
Titi, is there anything that they use that distracts you when you're studying?
sometimes they can randomly bring up Z words.
Really?
Z World.
Really? How about Book World right now?
What about iCarly? Does anyone know iCarly?
No. No.
You are from a different world.
You all don't
darling.
know
It's
iCarly?
okay. Even I don't know
know it.
iCarly. So you're from a whole different world.
Oh wow.
Okay,
This is
so we've
Jennifer.
answered Grace's question. If you have a question as a child and you'd like to ask, or you can call us and talk to your parents. And also, if you're a parent and you have a question for the children, please go ahead and call in. The ladies in the studio. You're not children, you're ladies, okay? The numbers to call. Let's see, who's going to call my numbers for me? Andrea, can you call those numbers? 070?
Is it the phone line?
Yes,
yeah, the
please.
phone lines, the first number.
0705 6900927.
Awesome.
love
Titi,
it.
do you want to try the second number there? 0802?
0802 50277711.
Amazing. And of course,
You,
Eva, let's
the
go.
WhatsApp number is 0705
I don't remember.
927. That's the number. 0705 6900927. Okay, we have another letter. This one reads, can you please stop saying your sister never did that every time I make a mistake? I'm not her. I'm trying to be me. And being me sometimes means I make mistakes. And this is from Jonah. So Jonah has a problem with mommy or daddy always saying, your sister never did that. Don't do that. Why you
doing
not
that?
like your sister or like your brother? Jonah has a problem with that. We have a phone call as well, so let's take one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Simi. I'm calling from Ipaja, Lagos.
Thank you for calling, Simi. Do you have a question for the kids or an advice or thought?
No, I don't have a question for the kids, but I have a question for the ladies.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, please.
For the ladies. Fantastic.
Yes.
Pardon me.
Thank you. We don't have kids there. They are
We have
ladies.
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 Absolutely.
I'm so astonished by the way they bring words out and harness those words very clearly that I had to call my wife. I sent a chat to my wife, and I said they should listen to 92.7, that there's great talk going on there. She said, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure she's going to do that, but I like listening to radio, and this caught my attention.
Aww.
Very quickly, my question is, I have a boy that is in like 11 years, going to 12.
Okay.
And I have a little girl. I call her my second lady. She's going to be 1 year old tomorrow.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. So my question is that when you have a kid that she is used to using mobile phones a lot, and then you wish she could be very good in academics, how do you correct? How do you manage it? Without making them feel bad. It's a concern for me. I like my boys so much, and I like young people. But then this one has been indulged by my mom and my wife, and then now he gets angry at me as if I'm the bad guy.
Okay.
What do you do, ladies?
Okay, so ladies, thank you very much for calling. They will respond to your question right now. So ladies, we have a situation. This man's 11-year-old son always is on the phone, playing a game, watching something, just always distracted. Does anybody have that problem in the studio? It's okay.
Does
Nobody's
anybody
going to judge you.
indulge?
No.
No.
Because my mom only allows us play on our iPads in the weekends.
Tell me about that. So how does that work?
So like for the whole of the week from Monday to Friday, we can't play on our iPads. But then on Friday evenings, for like probably 2 hours, we can play on our iPads. Then on Saturday afternoon, for probably another 2 hours, we can play on our iPads. Then Sunday after church, for probably another 2 hours, we can play. Then when the week starts again,
You're not allowed to play on your...
So we see that there's structure
Regulation,
here.
yes.
There's structure for the kids to understand when they're supposed to play on their phones and not. So what do you think is the way for him to go?
Well, like my mother does, he can put a limited amount of screen time on the boy's phone, because once he does, it will instantly lock when the screen time is over.
How many hours do you... How do you get your timing? What's your timing like?
Well, from Monday to Thursday, it's 3 hours.
Okay.
Then Friday is 4. Sunday and Saturday is 6.
Okay.
So what are you doing all those hours? Typically, what are you doing?
Mostly writing.
So
by the way, Titi's a writer.
I was going to say...
We did take one of her write-ups and we were giddy up about it in the studio.
Yes, we were.
Saying that it just took us to the location where you had put set the story. And we started asking questions like, how descriptive is her writing? Absolutely amazing, by the way. So Titi is here.
She'll share with us today.
The same Titi, by the way, is here with us.
So we understand your screen time is basically for you to be able to write, right?
Yeah.
Eva, how's your screen time like?
My screen time is the same as Andrea's, but I think one point we're missing here is sometimes the reason why they want to be on their phone is because they have nothing to do. Like that's why my mom puts us for extracurricular activities, because if they're doing something they like, whether it's football, you can sign them up to a soccer academy, and you see over time they'll reduce their screen time, because most of the reasons why they're on their phone is because they don't have anything else to do, they're just bored at home.
That is so insightful.
Can I have that bell?
Please, we need to have
I need
the bell.
to be ringing this bell.
What? She just said something rather profound.
Yes.
If they had something else doing, they would not indulge in their phones as
Too much.
So, I mean, you got your answer, sir. Because clearly, we didn't need to add anything. Because if your child loves soccer and probably likes to swim,
Whatever
just
activity
that you
give
want.
them more extracurricular activities. We have our kids just sitting around always, and then they'll get bored and want to press the phone. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ladies.
Good morning, lady.
Ladies, how you guys doing?
Well, thank you. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is UK Gold. I'm calling from.
Oh, UK Gold.
Welcome.
Great to have you on the show.
Do you have a question or a thought for our ladies?
I'm calling because of the man that the last caller.
Okay.
So for me, I feel like if he is on his phone, the wife is on her phone. The kids are probably going to be on their phone. So he's supposed to have a discussion with his wife. Let them have an agreement. It takes two to raise kids.
Okay.
You cannot be an absentee parent even when you are available in the house. Because sometimes parents are actually absent while they are available in the house.
At home.
So, for my kids, what I do for them, there are some days, even if there's light 247, we don't turn on television, we don't bring out phones, we don't on Wi-Fi. We look for games. So you see them coming up with karaoke, with jokes, with riddles. They come up with so many intelligent things. We do that for days. Then sometimes I reward them like, okay, you're watching television for 1 hour, you're watching television for this one as a particular screen time. We portion them. Then I make them like earn that screen time. You don't just get screen time for no reason. You have to earn something to earn that screen time. So you see my son is 12. He's doing all his dishes. He's doing extra chores in the house just to get that screen time. He's working for it because he feels like, oh, it's important to them. Then when they're doing homework, I need to know how long that homework would take for me to be on that screen time.
Awesome.
So the husband and wife, they need to speak to each other first.
Okay.
To know if the child is actually taking after that to have a family meeting, like this is not okay. When you are not at home and I don't give them my phone, I feel like it's the bad parent.
Bad person.
I don't want her to see me like a mean mother just because I'm trying to do the right thing. So he actually understood. He was like, oh, that's true. So most times when we're
It's one person.
Every appliances and we start singing, we start doing things, we bring out games, I teach them games from the old, and they actually enjoy those times. But when they go to school, they tell their friends like, oh, have you played this game with your mom or with your parents? My mom and I, we played this game. It's fun for them.
It creates memories.
Thank you.
The man can take his son out to play like football. Even if his son doesn't know how to play, just do it post to post. It's something interesting. Bond with your child. The child doesn't have anybody to bond with. That's why he's bonding with his phone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, UK Gold. Thank you. You ladies, you want to add something to that, Andrea?
I couldn't really hear what.
Oh, she was saying.
Okay, so we'll do something about that. So she was talking about the situation with the man and his child, and she said the man and woman, mommy and daddy, need to come together to form activities that they can do as a family as well. That would help him to have less screen time as a child. What fun activities do you guys do at home with your parents?
Sometimes we have family board game nights, or we watch a documentary together like a movie,
Nice.
or we go to like places.
What board games do you play? Scrabble?
Chess.
Chess. Ooh, you can play chess.
Like it.
You need to teach me.
I don't
know how to play chess.
either.
No. What games you, Andrea? Okay, you play the same games, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite game though?
My favorite game is probably Ludo.
Ludo.
Oh, that's amazing.
One of these days, I will come over to the house because I'm a Ludo champ. Ludo and card champ.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Titi, tell us, what other
Titi.
activities do you indulge in?
With your mom and dad.
Well,
You know what I love about Titi? She's an
She takes
amazing
her
writer,
time.
but when she speaks, she just takes her time to speak. I love it about you. She thinks through everything.
Because she obviously
She's
doesn't want to make
one of those old young people like Sage. So what fun stuff do you do generally? What's your favorite thing to do?
well, I would say my favorite thing to do with my parents is when we just sit down and have these talks about certain questions that we have.
Like what? Tell us.
Like, since my parents are doctors, sometimes I ask about sicknesses and the way things in our body work.
That is so interesting.
Both parents are doctors, so
Yes, dad is a doctor, mom is a doctor, and they have a hospital together. So you can understand why this would
she would
excite her.
have conversation.
Okay, let's come
One
back to
thing I
Jonah.
could actually take from all of this is she had mentioned that UK Gold had said that if mommy and daddy are always on their phones, the kids will always be on their phones. So parents need to also watch their own screen time as well, so that it doesn't affect your child. Because your child doesn't do what you say; they do what you do.
Okay.
All right.
Back to Jonah's question. So Jonah was saying, if he does something wrong, if he does makes a mistake, mommy or daddy will say, your sister never did that, and compare her or compare him rather to his sister. Do you guys get compared to each other?
No.
No,
All three of them
I
said
like the using no.
Okay.
but I feel like it's not good to compare a child to another child.
Why?
It's like decreasing their moral esteem. Because how can you be? People have different personalities. Some people are quiet. Some people are loud. So you cannot be saying, why why can't you do something like your sister? Because you're not your sister.
Mommy, daddy, are you listening?
She is
Jonah's
not-
mommy and daddy especially.
Not his sister. All right, Titi, over to you.
So I don't think it's right to be comparing a child to another child because of like one of my teachers told me before, it's not a competition against other people, it's a competition against yourself to be better. So you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. You should be more focused on yourself, how you can improve yourself. So it isn't right to be saying your sister never did that, he never did that.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I like that she says it's yourself you're in a competition with, not with another person.
Absolutely.
So parents should actually desist from comparing
Yes.
one child to the other, especially when they're in the same house. Because guess what? It would brew hate between both kids.
Yes.
And they say,
Dislike.
mommy likes her more than mommy
me.
likes me. And that's a problem because at the end of the day, one child would be so upset with mommy and daddy and even with their sibling saying that they may
Absolutely.
be getting on more love than the
Andrea?
other sibling. Andrea,
What do you think?
talk to us.
I don't think that you should compare two siblings to each other because like the person that's being compared to the other person, they won't really be focusing on improving. They'll be focusing more on trying to be like their sibling.
Right.
And like no one's perfect. There might be some good things about one and bad things about the other. So like if they're telling the person to copy their sibling completely, they'll take some of their bad traits.
That's true. That is so true. Oh my gosh, you ladies are so intelligent. See, we don't even have to prefer any advice because you're doing it great. If you're just joining us, you are listening to Family Matters Special Edition because the
kids.
children are the actual guests in the studio talking to us and advising on issues that have to do with the parents and the children. God's Own Mart has just sent a message and he says, so ladies, how do you want parents to correct you when you're behaving badly? Since some people get angry, you don't want them to get angry, but you also get upset when they, beat you a certain way. I think we have a message.
Behave badly.
Yeah, I think we have a message.
We have a message in tune
In
with
tune
that,
with that.
As well. We would address it. But I see a compliment coming from Toby. Toby says,
Kudos, ladies,
ladies.
young ladies, and brilliant
you're
ladies.
brilliant. Kudos there. So yes, you're being applauded.
Awesome.
Well done.
Well done.
Okay, to our very next message, another letter that we got. It goes thus. Dear mom and dad, can't you just give me another punishment? Every time, kneel down, pick pin, and you're always flogging me. Please, mommy, I'm begging you. Your son, David.
First of all, does anybody know what pick pin is?
Yes.
Oh, you do. Titi does.
Titi,
You don't know what that is, do you?
Andrea and Eva.
Do you know push a boss?
Yes.
No.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Tell me what you think it is.
I think he pushed the wall.
They draw a wall and a boss on the wall and you push the wall. Where did you learn that? Was it mommy or daddy?
No, just sometimes at school.
There we go.
Before you started being homeschooled, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I want to come back to the homeschooling
Experience.
versus going to school with your friends and how that is working, the dynamics. But let's come back to this punishment thing. What's your least favorite punishment at home? Least.
I don't get punished at home because I don't really do any bad things.
We have...
Mommy, can we attest to this? Mommy's behind the scenes. Just nod or shake it. Mommy's attesting to it.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Andrea.
I do get punished, but like my punishments aren't severe. Like she doesn't really punish me. She'll just tell me off for stuff that I do. And
Okay.
then most times if I do it again, there'll be a punishment.
What's your least favorite punishment?
Probably when she takes money out of my purse.
No, wait. We need to get that into perspective. Tell us about that. Takes money out of your purse.
Yeah, she said like that seems we keep on leaving the door outside. She said our bats can enter the house. So that if we leave the door open one more time, she'll deduct 500 naira.
From your...
What? Tell me about this purse.
Is it piggy
first of
bank
all.
or
Is this a
something?
piggy bank? How do you get money to get into the purse in the first place?
Most times it's from Christmas gifts that my family members give me.
Okay.
Oh.
And also we set up a business and we made money. So we saved some of it.
What? You set up a business?
How old are you again, Andrea?
9.
Okay. What business did you set up?
Yes, tell us about the business.
We want to know.
Can we invest?
Can
Yes,
we?
go ahead.
It was like a sweet shop. So you know Haribo sweets in
Okay.
cups. You mixed it. Then we also had like a raffle draw. So you know in party bags and stuff, we don't usually use them. So all of the things that we saved, we put it on like a box. And there was different tickets in a box, and you have to pick one. And there were like probably 20 winning tickets, and you can win one of the items that was there.
That is so cool. So that's where your purse comes from. So how much do you have in your purse now?
Tell us.
I don't know. In my bank account, I probably have 45,000.
You're so rich. She's rich. You have 45,000 naira in your bank account?
Yes, but in my purse is only like 10,000.
Honey, 10,000 is not only. That's a lot of money for somebody.
And also, my mom bought a hat from me.
Oh,
She
from your
bought a hat
purse?
From your
like,
gifts.
I
your
have a
business?
hat that she likes, so she gave me 5,000 in exchange for the hat.
I like the business
your mom
acumen
bought a hat from
her.
you.
Yes, I like the business acumen that is already being
Yes.
infused in there, and this is beautiful. So,
Okay, Titi, what's your
Tell-
least favorite punishment?
I would say kneeling down.
Your one,
mommy,
David kneels down all the time. Why don't you like kneeling down? It seems easy. You have to raise up your hand, open your mouth, and close your eyes.
open your mouth.
No, it's mostly in school. They will make us kneel down, and then the teachers have a tendency to forget us there. I mean,
No way!
Guess what?
How long are we looking at?
Guess what? When she said kneeling down, her mom is like, I'm
Yeah, her mom just
I'm
like, how
like,
me?
what
Kneel down.
I didn't, it's not me.
So
oh.
now we know it's not mommy that's making you kneel
Kneel
down.
down, it's at school.
What's the punishment that mommy gives you when
At
you
home.
offend?
she usually just scold me. Then after she's calmed down, she'll come and talk to me about it with a calm mind, so I can understand.
So you don't quite get
better.
a punishment.
No.
You see how parenting has evolved from our time?
Has evolved. No, so what do you say to David, who, mommy, he says it's mommy. Mommy tells him to kneel down, pick pin, and then
Always
also
flog
flogs him as well. What would you say to David and to his mom?
I would say you can't. How can you be? Let's assume right now, David, he got in trouble for hitting someone else. How can you be teaching him not to be violent by being violent at him? It doesn't make
Where's my
sense.
bell? Can you please repeat that slowly?
I said if David did something like hit someone, you cannot be teaching him not to hit someone by also hitting him. It doesn't really make sense.
That's amazing.
So what would you suggest mommy does in terms of punishment so that David will stop being bad?
He should do something that actually makes him think about his actions.
Like
for example, let's assume he does something. You shouldn't just beat him or do something. You need to make him understand his actions and how he affects other people.
So tell us
has an
Titi.
idea.
So I don't think it's right to constantly be punishing a child, because of too much punishment can lead a child to drift away from you.
Okay.
So I think scolding and talking to the child carefully about what they've done is the better option, because it will make them think more over what they have done. Meanwhile, constantly beating them and punishing them just make them feel angry and annoyed, and sometimes leads them drifting away from you.
I like the fact that she mentioned drifting, because when a child has been constantly punished over and over again, tendencies are there like, mommy doesn't even like me that
She
much.
doesn't- yeah,
I
Mom
would
doesn't
just
love
stay
me.
away. Okay, just do what you can. And some people get used to being flogged,
Being flogged,
to
yes.
the point where it doesn't even feel painful anymore.
Let alone there's
Let
no
alone, like,
correction in it.
There's no
Like,
correction because they would do it again.
I'm going
They
to
would do it
just
again.
mommy's just going to beat me.
And
We
that's
don't
it.
really care anymore. Andrea?
I would say that you shouldn't punish them like that, because like all kids are different. They learn in different ways.
Absolutely.
So what I would say is that the first time they do it, you scold them and explain why what they did was wrong.
Okay.
Then you tell them that if they do it again, that there will be a punishment. But the punishment will be taking away something
That they love.
that they love, but not removing it completely. Like let us assume they like playing on their phone. You say like, you have to wait till next week to play on your phone. Then they'll know that they cannot do what they did again because they'll have their phone taken away from them.
That is
So rather than beating them, take away something they love. Yes, Ava?
And what I like that my old year 5 teacher, if son would do something wrong, instead of punishing the people, he would reward everyone else. So let's say
That
will
is
not be
such a
rewarded.
good one.
so if let's say he didn't do his homework, he would take everyone out to play and the person would be inside and they can be thinking about what they've done.
Wow.
that is great.
So Chika just sent us a message. Chika from Amukoko. She says, "Good morning, my beautiful family. I'm super learning a lot from your show this morning. These kids are amazing." She meant to say, these ladies are amazing. And we are having such a great time with you. You're tuned to Super 92.7 FM.
Your one family, one radio.
Yes, so we'll
and
take a
yes,
break.
we have to take a break. But you can call in, send a WhatsApp message. Tell us what your thoughts are on this. 0705690097. Go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Super FM 92.7.
In today's fast-paced world, staying ahead of the curve is crucial. Are you ready to connect with the latest in business and economics? Tune in to The Business Connect, a dynamic program that delivers in-depth analysis of Nigeria's top business headlines and the global trends shaping the world economy. Each week, we bring you the latest updates on everything from financial markets and trade policies to entrepreneurship and cutting-edge innovations. Hear from industry leaders and experts as they break down the topics that matter most in the world of business. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business professional, or simply curious about the evolving world of commerce, The Business Connect connects you to the pulse of business at home and abroad. Stay informed, stay ahead, make smarter decisions. Tune in to The Business Connect every Monday, 10:30 to 11 a.m. Because in business, knowledge is power. The Business Connect, only on Super 92.7 FM. Don't miss it. One family, one radio.
Have you been looking for avenues to reach a global audience? Would you like your business to reach your target audience and people from all walks of life? Call our commercial lines on 0816-4193-677 or walk into our office at 31 Bishop Oluwole Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Put your business on blast on Super 92.7 FM, your one family, one radio.
Music for all shapes and sizes. Super FM, Super 92.7.
It's more than just a sound. You can have your mood booster and your source of great vibes. This is Super FM.
92.7 Super FM.
Here and now, it's time for celebration.
wish I could do this every other day.
I know.
Like Monday we'll just do it together. The kids coming on Tuesday, and Wednesday we go back, because it's been quite an insightful time on Family Matters today. Seeing that it's Children's Week, we decided, you know what? Let's bring the kids to the forefront to have conversations with us, and also tell parents how they feel things should be carried out in different conversations. And I love
their takes on matters. Again, we're not having to say anything on Family Matters because the ladies in the studio are handling the Family Matters. I see a message saying the ladies have been so awesome. Proud of my Titi, proud of my Eva, proud of my Andrea. Aww. My question is that is she going to read something she wrote for us listeners? Listen, well, we got you.
She will.
She got you.
She will.
So now we're about to get Titi and the lovely ladies, Andrea and Eva, to read a piece written by Titi.
All right, Titi, you go first.
Umita, hurry up. A girl said as she rode her hover bike. I'm coming, a girl behind her said. Amanda was a small girl with brown hair. She was active, confident, and very brave. She could look a lion in an eye and not be scared. Madam, you know be old woman, hurry up. Amanda shouted at her friend on the slightly slower hoverbike. Fumito had been Amanda's long-time best friend. She and Amanda were the same height. Fumito had blonde hair and was a bit more reserved than Amanda. She wasn't as active but had a determined spirit and a smart braid. Today they were going to meet their other friends, Olamide and David. Can you not be so fast? Amanda asked. My back is starting to spoil, so it's becoming slower, Fumito said. Okay, I understand, Amanda said. Sorry for shouting at you. It's okay, Fumito said and hugged Amanda. They broke away from the hug and ran into the forest. They should be at the stream, Amanda said. Okay, Fumito said. At the stream, they saw Olamide and David splashing each other with water. Olamide, a tall boy with brown hair. He was very strong for his age and very smart too. David, however, was slightly taller than Olamide and light-skinned with blonde hair. He had very nice dimples on his face and was a very nice boy. Ola, David, Amanda shouted as he used his stream. How far? The two boys stopped playing and looked at Amanda and Fumito. Aha, waiting this up. Now fine girl they see today. Lamide said as he noted Amanda and Fumito's new over boots. Where did you get those boots? My auntie brought them back when she went to America, Amanda said. She's getting a color changing dress for me next. Amanda turned them on and she started hovering with them. Why did you guys tell us to come today? Fumito asked. Yes, why did you? Amanda asked as she turned her boots off. We found one kind cave on the end of the forest. We wanted to check it out. David said, we were hoping you guys would come with us. Amanda and Fumito looked at themselves and they had bored. Where is it? Fumito asked. Not far from here. David said, we can show you.
They all started walking through the forest. Amanda and Fumito hovering on their way. Here it is, Olamide said as they reached a dark cave. How are we going to go through if we can't see? Amanda asked. That's where I come in, David said, and brought out a small watch. He turned on the light and pointed it in the cave. Oh yeah, let's go, Olamide said. They all walked through the cave until they found a weird crystal on some sort of pedestal. What is that? Fumito asked. I don't know, David said. When they were close to it, they noticed it was moving clockwise slowly. Why is it moving like that? David said. I don't know, Amanda said. Amanda looked behind the crystal and noticed a weird symbol on the wall. She hovered towards it and noticed they were more like buttons. What is this? Olamide asked. I think it's some sort of button, Amanda said. She noticed that the one was down had things that looked like flying cars in a big city above it. She looked at another one and saw normal cars in a slightly smaller city. She pushed it down and it seemed like the whole room was shaking. When it had stopped, they looked around but it looked like nothing had happened. So it was just some dramatic nonsense, Amanda said and hissed. What a waste of time. She turned off her hover boots and started
David asked. I think it came from the cave. Fumito said, we might have touched something that we
Amanda said, but maybe if we put it back on its original button, everything will go back to normal. At that moment, another reverse, and they were now arrows.
But the poem said that we should tell a story about a world where time moves backwards. Which is where I came up with the idea for
The book. Future,
The future
in the past. How long did it take you to write this one?
I'll say about 1 to 2 hours.
How many pieces have you written?
A lot.
A lot? Okay, so I know that time is not our friend, but as we're wrapping up, one thought. First of all, congratulations to you and well done. Titi. Andrea.
And by the way,
The writing is very good.
Aww.
And also, she added Nigerian phrases inside.
Look at you go with those
Nigerian
Nigerian
some pidgin.
beautiful.
And her mom was literally like, when did they write pidgin that this girl can't even speak it? But then both of them, Andrea and Eva, are both gymnasts. You should see them do the cartwheel. And they've been doing it since they were 6 or even younger.
Yes.
Right, and just in September, you both actually got a studio where you practice. How's that been?
It's been very good. We go to this studio. It's called Comfortju. So they have equipment, and I learned a lot about gymnastics.
Ooh,
like
awesome.
the different levels of gymnastics.
What level are you on now?
I'm level 5/6.
And you, Andrea?
I'm moving to level 4.
That's amazing. Oh, okay, I'm good. We have the Simone Biles in our list.
Yes.
Just so you know, we have the Simone Biles in our list.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
So
That don't be afraid to speak about your issues to your parents.
awesome. I love it.
All right.
Titi?
Always remember that it's to improve on yourself and not be like others.
Love it. Eva?
I like that you should follow your passion. You shouldn't do something you don't like. You should do something you're really passionate about.
That is amazing.
Family Matters Special Edition, the children's edition, the ladies edition, in fact. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you all so much.
For joining in.
You've been amazing today. Some people have been sending messages. Oh, these ladies have been awesome. You guys are doing great. Good morning. My name is Ferami Aregbesola. Can you ask them about their siblings and how they relate with them? Ferami Aregbesola happens to be Titi's brother. So how do we know now how Eva and Andrea relate with each other? Let's start with
Good luck with your website.
and on that note, we all have to run, but oh my
End
gosh.
of Family Matters. It's been quite a beautiful time with the ladies. A big
One family. One radio. 92.7 Super FM.
Your one family, one radio, Super 92.7 FM.
One family. One radio. 92.7.